If you are an addict or someone who is struggling with being in recovery, then you should consider getting high. What? It's true, but before you jump to conclusions, just keep watching because I don't want you to get the wrong idea. The NAAA culture and mindset is overwhelmingly the primary framework on offer to addicted people, whether you're addicted to drugs or anything else. It's really pushed as the main and many times the only option available to people that are dealing with these issues. And that's not only by the addiction recovery community itself. We're talking about society at large has really adopted this view, as well as our legal system and the criminal justice system. And I know this from firsthand experience. I'm currently going through the process and seeing how the criminal justice system deals with addicted people. Not great, but that's a topic for a different time. Before I was arrested, I was definitely in a really bad situation. I was very seriously addicted to very unhelpful and dangerous drugs. But as I've made my way through this Department of Corrections process, just as before this whole situation, I've been continuously sort of shoehorned into this very singular mode of dealing with my issues. And that is the one offered by NAAA. The problem is that the anti-drug culture, at least as I have experienced it here in the United States, treats any drug experience as a surefire road back to habitual problematic use. You know, a relapse is a relapse is a relapse. You reset your days back to zero, all progress lost, take your chips away, you're back to square one. Well, I don't buy that. And apparently, the co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous, Bill Wilson, or Bill W as he's commonly called, didn't buy it either. Did you know that Bill's spiritual awakening that he had that led to his sobriety and subsequently the founding of AA can be attributed to his experiences on psychedelics? Yes, Bill Wilson, the patron saint and co-founder of Alcoholics Anonymous, credited his sobriety to a medicinal treatment on psychedelics that he received at Towns Hospital in Manhattan in 1934. It was on a psychedelic called belladonna. This was 4 years before LSD was synthesized in 1938. I don't know about you, but when I heard that, I was like blown away. This is obviously back before the culture-wide moral panic over psychedelics that occurred in the 1960s, but it's been said that the treatment of alcoholics with psychedelics may have been the most promising area of clinical research, period, in the 1950s. Psychedelic therapy was once used to treat thousands of alcoholics in the US and Canada, and it was used to treat many other mental health issues as well, like schizophrenia, OCD, other addictions, depression, end-of-life anxiety. These results were, the positive results were unprecedented compared to other treatments that are available even still today. Bill Wilson himself had several LSD sessions with these therapists and researchers like 20 years after his initial awakening experience on belladonna in the hospital. And he was an advocate for introducing LSD therapy into AA. But the other board members rejected the idea because they felt that promoting the use of any mind-altering substance went counter to AA's brand. This research that was being done with psychedelic therapy wasn't just kind of like some small independent clinical trial or anything either. We're talking like 40,000 research participants and over 1,000 clinical papers written about this. So what happened? Why did this stop? Well, I guess it's the moral panic kicked in the form of the war on drugs, and all of this super promising research was just swept under the rug and forgotten about. The reason I think that this information is so important is because if you are someone who is struggling with an addiction of any kind, or just struggling to be, in recovery, and you want to get better, but you are like me and were kind of repulsed by the fundamentalism of this particular addiction model that's presented by NAAA, you know, this idea that you continuously have to attend meetings for the rest of your life and you've got to always forever identify as an addict, and you can, you know, never touch anything else ever again. It's all, you know, all or nothing kind of attitude. And you're being asked to discount maybe some very profound experiences that you've had in the past on certain mind-altering substances that were very deeply moving to you, but you're being asked to dismiss them as if they were just part of some sickness that you now and forever suffer from. If you are one of these people, then I totally get it, because I've been there. And you know, if NAAA is your get down and it's really working for you and it's really enriching your life and helping you move forward, then fantastic, do that, okay? But I think that there's just too many people out there who stay messed up, who stay addicted because they just look at what is in store for them when they get into recovery, and it's just, it looks so unappealing. If you're staying sick just because NAAA isn't your grind, then the good news is that there are other ways of framing this thing. There are other more informed ways and practical ways to move through your addiction issues and get to somewhere in life that you want to be. Don't let the NAAA model be an obstacle for you. You know, don't let that stuff convince you that all drugs are exactly the same. Everything can be a drug, and everything can be a problematic drug. But it's important to remember that your problematic attachment to any kind of substance or behavior isn't the problem. It's just a symptom of the problem, of a deeper problem. And that's what we do here on this channel. We talk about our problems and we try to work through them together. Well, that and we play music, okay? We play music and we work through our problems together. So just remember, the next time that you hear that talk about a spiritual awakening that you need to have to lead you to your higher power, that all started with Bill Wilson's psychedelic trip in the hospital that led him to the founding of AA. The song of the week is Read the Room by The Smile. It just came out on their new album, Wall of Eyes. Check it out, it's awesome. I'll see you guys in the next video.